Hello, mis amigos. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, if you're looking to sell your home, you came to the right place. And that's because I got 5 things you should strongly consider before you sell your home. 5 topics that always come up whenever I sit down for a listing presentation here in Seattle. 5 things that even your broker would say, yeah, those are really important. Things that could maybe possibly help you save or make tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars at closing. And number 1 on the list, it's the cheapest one. The cheapest thing you should do before you prep your home. Hey, before I show you it, quickly appreciate subscribing and liking my channel. So number 5 is the most common question I get when I sit down for a listing presentation. That would be, to stage or not to stage, okay? Julian, is it worth, should I stage my house? And I say, look, when you've gone to see homes, and we're gonna start looking at your house, and we're gonna sell this house, what are the ones that stand out to you the most? If you show 3 houses, only 1 is staged, which is the one that's gonna stand out the most? Okay. Now, it all depends on market conditions. If it's a super hot market like it was here in Seattle several years ago, where houses just flying off the shelves, only 3 days on the market, probably not. But if you have competition out there, you might want to consider it, okay? Just like if you go to a bar, you're not going to show up all raggedy and everything. You want to look good. We all do that, right? So you want to make sure the house looks great. Now, maybe you can't afford it. Ask the stager if they would only stage key rooms. Kind of saves you maybe a little bit of money, but keep this in mind. The number 1 room, I did a lot of research on this. The number 1 room to stage, I thought it was the kitchen because I love kitchens. No, it's the living room, right? I get it. First impression, you walk into a house, most likely the living room's there. Man, this looks nice. It's inviting. I want to sit down, entertain my friends, watch a little bit of TV. It's great. But I love kitchens. It's the modern home, right? Everybody goes to the kitchen. That's where everybody wants to hang out. That's where we work, whether it's the kitchen, do your homework. That's where you do everything. So I love the kitchen. So that's something you strongly consider. Now consider this also. This is from National Association of Realtors. Nearly 30% of real estate agents reported that staging their seller's home led to 1 to 10% increase in the dollar value offered. It just looks nice, or I'll pay a little bit more, right? And almost half, 50% of home seller agents observed the home staging reduce the time on the market. Days on market will come down. It's common sense, guys, right? If it's something looks really nice, even when you're out dating, you're gonna be attracted to the person that takes care of something. Not that everybody looks ratty. I'm gonna show up with somebody, I'm not. So at least, because I can only imagine what the inside looks like if you can't take care of yourself on the outside. Things you should consider. And there's also virtual staging, by the way. A little bit false advertising because it comes out on the website. When you go see it, it's totally different. Kind of like a lot of these dating websites. They say they're 29 years old, show up and they're 65 and they're missing teeth. False advertising. Same thing what I call sometimes the virtual staging, but it's a good thing to keep in mind. Now, number 4 on the list, and we're talking about staging indoors. How about outdoors? And that would be called curb appeal. Now, this one's hugely important. If I take back the analogy I used about dating, on a dating app, when you used to be on it, I'm on it once in a while. At least when I did this video, I'm still single. But we all do it. We look at the person we don't like, swipe left. We don't like it, swipe left. Look, we like the person, swipe right. Same thing on Zillow and same thing on Redfin or wherever you look at homes, right? If you look at those on those websites, it's the front of the house. That's the first thing you see. You don't see the interior. On condos you do. For the most part, you see the exterior. So you want to make a good first impression. You want when people are driving by to go, oh my God, for sale that house, I'd love to go in. Let me call my agent and go inside. You do the same thing. If I drive by a house and it looks like Sanford, it looks all ratty, it looks like a junkyard, I can only imagine what the inside looks like. So I'm not going to waste my time. That's the same thing you got to think. When I tell you these things, guys, always consider yourself or put yourself in the position of being a buyer, okay? What are these little shrubs? Doesn't cost you anything at Home Depot. Come on, guys, don't be cheap. $5, if anything like that. Get a lawnmower, cut it all up, hire somebody, cut the edges, make sure everything's clean, power wash. Listen to this. You might know who Warren Buffett is. Billionaire, made his money through the stock market. Investments, amazing. He's amazing. Well, his best friend, who passed away not too long ago, Charlie Munger, he made billions of dollars also. Famous quote, he loved buying property. You spend money on trees and you get it back triple. you learn from people that are successful in this world. This is what he's telling you. He bought properties in the 60s worth only hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then he made tens of millions of dollars of same properties. He says, when I sold them, all of them had great landscaping. Curb appeal, curb appeal, curb appeal. First impressions, guys, you only get one shot at it. Okay, now moving on. Number 3 on my list. Want to look beautiful. You walk into a house, it's fresh paint. Again, put yourself in a buyer's shoes. When you walk into a house with someone that sticks out to you, the one that has nice, clean, painted walls. And you put that in the marketing remarks. Freshly painted house. That way, if you paint it, the buyer's not going to come back and say, oh yeah, it's going to cost me $10,000 to paint this house. Buyers aren't realistic. They want to drive down the price. So they're going to go $50,000 to paint my house. Obviously, a huge luxury house. But you don't want to get to a negotiating table and that buyers start throwing crazy numbers at you. You want to fix these problems, guys, before you get to the negotiating table. So they can't come back again and tell you some ridiculous number. No, you already got painted. It's more appealing, guys. Check this out from Angie.com. Interior paint provides an average ROI, a return on investment, of 107%, adding an average of $2,100 to $16,000 to your selling price. Painting your home's interior before putting your house on the market can not only add value, but make it easier to sell. So guys, it might not cost you a lot of money at the end if you do it yourself. Now, moving on to number 2 on my list. Fix the obvious. Guys, every time I go into a house with a buyer or I go inside a home with a seller who is looking to list their home and I see, let's say, cabinet doors, unhinged and everything. Guys, fix the hinges. Screwdriver, it's easy. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Maybe there's a little leak. Man, get an adjustable wrench and tighten that sucker up. There's a screen door that's off the rail. Put it back on. I don't know how to do that. Guys, if there's some things you don't need to do, what's the greatest thing ever invented? YouTube. I do everything on YouTube. Everybody, thanks to YouTube, is a professional doctor, professional mechanic, professional plumber, electrician, horse trainer, everything thanks to YouTube. There's millions of videos out there, do-it-yourself videos, show you how to fix these things, how to fix, again, the piping underneath the sink. So many things that help you save so much money because, again, you do not want to wait for your home to be on the market, get under contract, buyer gets an inspection, he starts calling out stupid little things. You're like, dude, listen to this. This is very important. Consider, I'm going to help you out, getting a laundry list of things to do. Get your home inspected. You pay an inspector, might be $500 in Seattle, $550 for a house. Okay? And they're going to tell you what needs to be fixed. And hopefully it's not nothing major. Just fix these little things. Maybe if the roof, which is expensive, needs to be replaced, we'll fix that roof so you can have a buyer bring down the price. It's going to cost me $50,000. No, you already did it. And you'd rather look at a house, possibly buy a house, when you know that the roof won't have to be replaced for another 30, 50 years. Now, the number one thing you should consider doing before you sell a house, prepping that home to put it on the market, it's the least expensive way. Deep clean, declutter. Guys, it's common sense. It's common sense. It's gonna cost you a lot of money if you do it yourself, right? Clean that house because, again, what we were saying earlier, first impressions means everything. Again, going back to the analogy of dating, if somebody shows up in front of you, guy or girl shows up, and the teeth, they got food in their teeth, their hair is not made, it's all messed up, and they show up with their shit all messed up. You're saying to yourself, it ain't gonna happen because I could only imagine what their real life must be like. They didn't have to take the time to impress me. That ain't happening, right? So if I go to a house and it's not clean, I'm gonna say, I can imagine what behind the walls, behind the scenes it must look like. Especially, let's say, I put this picture here on purpose. A cat. Love cats. Love dogs, right? If it smells like cat or dog, that's the first, I've been able to be like, ugh, God, it's gonna cost a lot of, how much is it gonna cost me to get rid of that odor? And then that odor's stuck to the walls, already stuck to the wall. I'm gonna have to put primer and paint. It's gonna cost a lot of money. Clean the house. I mean, you might wanna hire somebody, deep clean. A lot of most of my, I would say, except for one in the last, the last 10. One of the last 10 did it themselves and they regretted it. Hire somebody to do it. It might cost you $800, $500. Declutter. Stuff on top of the The kitchen top, take that away, hide it, put it underneath, because the more stuff you have on top of the counter, it's gonna show the buyer that, you know what, doesn't look like there's a lot of space in this kitchen. You know, if you have big furniture in a lot of these rooms, it might make the room look small. So consider maybe getting a storage unit, renting it out, or put everything in in your garage. Now check this out. This is from HomeLight. What is the estimated added resale value of these common home renovation projects? The number one thing, deep clean. Costs you about $167. It's natural average. Remember, this is like a national thing, HomeLight. That will get you possibly $1,700 in return. An ROI, a return on investment, of 935%. And when you look at Declutter, the cost, $486. Yeah, I think that's too high. Unless you hire people to take away stuff that you have laying around the house all over the place like you're a hoarder. But look at the increase right there of money that you can make off only spending $486, an ROI of 432%. First impressions, you might only get one shot at it. It's the most important thing. You don't believe me? You go out, before you sell a house, go around your neighborhood to homes that are comparable that are being sold. Figure out what impressed you, what caught your eye, why would you buy that house, and what things turned you off. You're like, ugh, look at those walls, ugh. You're not the only one that's gonna think like that. Others will too. So consider these 5 things before you list your home. Good luck, guys.